Evan, I have to say, they went well beyond policies last night.
Yeah, this was a very substantive debate, I think, but we have to remember it was a marathon performance. This was 3 hours long, and there were just a few breaks. But like I was saying, they did speak about policy. I want to focus on the big three moments. We're going to start with a moment with Cory Booker. He's the New Jersey senator. Some background. He's a vegan. That's why the moderator asked this question relating to the negative environmental costs of meat production.
So should more Americans, including those here in Texas and in Iowa, follow your diet?
First of all, I want to say no. Actually, I want to translate that into Spanish. No.
Cory Booker getting a laugh, pointing some fun at vegans like himself. Okay, let's move on to moment number 2, and this one is a bit more serious. They were talking about gun control. That's when Beto said this about whether he supported taking certain guns off the streets.
And in Odessa, I met the mother of a 15-year-old girl who was shot by an AR-15. And that mother watched her bleed to death over the course of an hour because so many other people were shot by that AR-15 in Odessa and Midland. There weren't enough ambulances to get to them in time. Hell yes, we're going to take your AR-15, your AK-47. We're not going to allow it to be used against our fellow Americans anymore.
Beto getting a massive applause, speaking pretty personally about the shootings in his home state. And that brings us to the third moment. This was a really long debate, but if you made it to the end, you saw a question about resilience. Candidates were asked about a moment when they needed resilience, and that's when we saw really the most emotion of the night. Here are a few of the responses.
Resilience to me means growing up in a rent-controlled apartment in Brooklyn, New York, the son of an immigrant.
I grew up with a dad who struggled with alcoholism his whole life. And after his third DWI, he had a choice between jail and treatment.
So there I am. I'm at home. I got a baby. I can't have a job. What am I going to do? Here's resilience. I said, I'll go to law school.
Right after I got elected, my wife and daughter were killed in an automobile accident, and my 2 sons are badly injured. I learned that the way you deal with it is you deal with finding purpose in what you do.
Powerful moments that I think a lot of people missed because it was at the end of the debate. What I think is so great about the question is it allowed us to get beyond the sound bites and learn a little more about the candidates themselves, not just as politicians, but as people. So I think it was pretty revealing.
I agree, and that's why, I said it went well beyond the policies because we sort of saw a moment of just human, like being human, you know what I mean, when they were asked that question. So I really enjoyed that portion.
Sadly, I don't know if people made it to our, the 2:30 mark, because that's when that happens.
Well, for those of us who wake up early, that's a little tough.
Oh yeah, I woke up at 11:30 last night to watch the debate before I came into work today.
Thanks for all your hard work.
A little bit.
Evan, thanks.